Good morning. We will begin our service with the ringing of the temple bell. At this time, please silence your cell phones and listen quietly as the sounding of the conch shell is an invitation to settle our hearts and minds as we prepare to receive the Dharma. Thank you. Aloha, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning. I am Brennan Gallardo together with my mom, Darcy, and we will serve as your co-MCs this morning. Minister's Assistant, Miss Linda Nagai, will be officiating today's service. Assisting at the temple with technical support is the Zoom crew of Joey Guzman, Alan Matsumoto, and Stephen Kaneko. Karine Chung is our organist, and Betty Takayoko will lead the singing. Please rise and let us start the service with the Vandana and T. Sarana. Please chant both Pali and English parts together with Miss Linda. Please remain standing. Miss Linda will now share an aspiration.
Let's put our hands together in Gasho. Obon is a time of gratitude and remembrance, a time to reflect upon the countless people whose lives have touched our own, and whose kindness, guidance, and love continue to live within us. It is also a time to remember that we are all interconnected. As members of one human family, we cannot help but feel the joys and sorrows of others. Today, let's especially hold in our thoughts all those who have been affected by the devastating wildfires in Los Angeles County and flooding throughout the continental United States. We remember those who have lost loved ones, those who have lost their homes and livelihoods, the first responders who continue to place themselves in harm's way, and the many communities facing uncertainty and hardships. May they find strength, comfort, and the support of compassionate hearts. As we gather in the light of the Buddha's wisdom and compassion, may we deepen our own gratitude, awaken our own awareness of our interconnected lives, and inspire us to respond to the suffering of others with kindness, compassion, and humility. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandabs. Namandabs. Namandabs.
Please be seated. It is now time for the offering of incense. We invite all Sangha members in attendance to please come up and offer incense if you wish, starting with the front rows and moving towards the back. Please use both incense burners. Let us observe a moment of silent meditation.
Namandavs, 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 namandavs.
Miss Linda will now lead us in the chanting the Sutra Juseigi. Words can be found on page 55 in the red Jodo Shinshu service book and on the screen. Again, page 55 in the red service book.
Juseye, the verses reaffirming the vows. The Buddha of infinite light and life made vows to embrace all beings equally without exception. These vows promise to create a perfect world where no suffering or evil exists and guides us to supreme enlightenment. The Juseye, or verses reaffirming the vows, is a poetic summary of the basic intention of the 48 vows made by Amida Buddha: to attain supreme enlightenment, to save all who are suffering, and to declare universal salvation through the name Namo Amida Butsu. We chant the words of the Buddha from the larger Pure Land Sutra as a reminder of these great vows made to awaken all beings. The verses reaffirming the vows. Jusege. Kangon chosegan hishimu jodo shigan fumanzok sefujo shoga gao muryoko fui dai seishu fusai shobingu sefujo shoga gashi jobundo myosho chojippo kukyo mishomon seifujo shogak ryokujin shonen joe shubongyo shigumu jodo isho tenninshi Jindiki endai ko fusho musaido shoujo sankumyo kosai shuya 약군한 가이치에겐 메시콤모안 해석구쇼악구도 스단센슈몬 고소조만족 이요로지포 니치간 슈주키 덴콘푸겐 이슈카이호소 고세쿠도쿠호 요다이슈주 세포시시쿠 구요이사이부츠 구소쿠슈토쿠혼 간넨치스그로만 도쿠이산가요 뇨분무게치 쓰단미푸쇼 강가쿠에릭 도시사이쇼손 시간약고가 나이세오간도 고쿠슈쿠쇼텐닝 도진묘케 나만다부 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 가니시쿠도쿠 묘도세이사이 노은모다이신 오조 안락하오 Namandabs, 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 namandabs.
Please rise for the Gatha when we see the golden sun. Words can be found on page 212 in the Purple Gatha book and on the screen. Again, page 212 on the Purple Gatha book.
When we see the golden sun shining from above, we
You may be seated. Today's Dharma message will be shared by Miss Linda Nagai.
Naman Daos, Naman. Naman. Let us put our hands together in Gasho. When sentient beings think of Amida, just as a child thinks of his mother, they indeed see the Tathagata, who is never distant, both in the present and in the future. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandas. Namandas. Good morning and aloha. Every summer during Obon season, hundreds of people gather at Buddhist temples throughout Hawaii for Bon Dance. And we began our Bon Dance in Kona last month with our Obon festival. And yesterday, Daifukuji, even in the hot sun, went and danced and held their Bon Dance. And the season continues. This weekend, everybody, KA Bon Dance. Okay, we missed it last year, but this year it's on, right, Joey? And then it'll be followed by our Bon Dance the following weekend. Many people travel from temple to temple, sometimes driving long distances, just to dance together. Children, parents, grandparents, friends, visitors, experienced dancers, and even first-time dancers all join in the circle. For many people, Bon Dance is a joyful experience. It's fun. It's the community getting together. Some come for the food, the music, laughter, and then, of course, reconnecting with others. And yet sometimes we may wonder, and I don't know if you've ever wondered, why do we dance? Why do everybody get around and dance and they're having fun? I used to dance when I was younger. Now I still have my two left feet. Tankobushi is probably the only one that I try to dance. But why has this tradition continued for so many generations? And why does Bon Dance continue to touch so many people, even those who may not fully know the history of Buddhism and the meaning of Obon? According to the traditional story of Obon, Moggallana Mokureng, one of the Buddha's disciples, became deeply concerned about his mother and after her passing. Through the Buddha's guidance, he was able to see that his mother was freed from suffering. Overcome by relief, gratitude, and joy, he began to dance. It is said that this joyful dancing eventually became the origin of Bon Dance. This may be one reason that even today, Bon Dance is not simply a performance or a festival activity. It's a joyful expression of gratitude. During Obon, we remember those who came before us, our parents, our grandparents, our teachers, our friends, and loved ones who have helped shape our lives in many, many ways. As we gather together in song and dance, we express gratitude for the many causes and conditions that allow us to live as we do today. In Jodo Shinshu, Obon becomes an opportunity to awaken ourselves to the gratitude, to interconnectedness, and the countless lives that make our own existence possible. This may be one reason why Bon Dance continues to resonate so deeply with people. Even those who may not fully understand the history or the Buddhist teachings often still feel something meaningful when dancing together. Bon Dance is one way gratitude learns to move forward. Gratitude is no longer simply something we think about. It becomes something we share through our dancing, our smiles, our laughter, and simply by gathering together. In that moment, gratitude is no longer only felt within our own hearts, but it becomes something we experience together as a Sangha, as a community. There is also a meaning in the way we dance together in a circle. A circle has no beginning and no end. No single person stands above another. Young and old, experienced dancers, first-time dancers, friends, family, visitors, Sangha members, all move together side by side, following the leader. In many ways, the Bon Dance reminds us that our lives are interconnected. None of us exists alone. We are supported by countless people, causes, and conditions throughout our lives. And during Bon Dance, even if only for a little while, we experience the connection together through movement, music, and shared joy. At the center of Bon Dance, the circle, stands our beautiful Yagura. Originally, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the Yagura helped elevate the musicians and taiko so the community could hear the music and follow the dance together. The Yagura may also remind us of something deeper. At the center is the rhythm that brings people together. Around it, people move together in harmony. In the same way, Dharma gently draws us together in gratitude, remembrance, compassion, and joy. Today, Bon Dance traditions continue to evolve. Some songs are very traditional, Japanese folk songs. Fukushima Ondo, my favorite, Tankobushi. Some reflect Okinawan traditions. Some have become local favorites. And some songs like Beautiful Sunday may even surprise people that are visiting our Bon Dance for the first time. We also enjoy taiko performances that bring energy and excitement to the evening. And yet, despite all of these different styles and influences, people continue to gather in the circle year after year. This reminds us that while forms may change over time, the deeper spirit of Bon Dance continues through gratitude, remembrance, joy, and connection. Young and old dance together. Experienced dancers help newcomers. Families return to the temple. Communities reconnect. And through music, movement, shared participation, the Sangha itself begins to grow. Bon Dance also plants small seeds within us. We may simply dance to enjoy the music, come and eat good food, come and buy the andagi and manju that we're selling, spend time with family and friends. You notice I put a plug for the manju, right? Children come because it's fun. Others come because it reminds them of their parents or grandparents who danced with them before. Some come because Bon Dance simply feels comforting, welcoming, and very familiar. And without always realizing it, small seeds are quietly being planted. Seeds of gratitude, seeds of connection, seeds of remembrance, seeds of compassion, seeds of Sangha. Over time, these seeds may slowly begin to sprout within our lives. We begin to appreciate more deeply the countless people who came before us. We become more aware of the many causes and conditions that support our lives each day. We begin to understand why gathering together in joy and gratitude remain meaningful for so many generations. We also begin to realize that just as others have passed these traditions on to us, we now become a part of that continuing story. The joy we experience at Bon Dance did not begin with us. It has been handed down through generations of parents, grandparents, teachers, ministers, friends, Sangha members that came before us. And now, through our own participation, we quietly help pass that same joy of gratitude to those who follow us. In this way, the Dharma continues to touch our lives, often quietly, gently, and from one generation to the next. And this too is part of the Dharma working quietly within our lives. When we hear the taiko begin at dusk and watch the circle slowly fill with dancers, we are reminded that Obon is more than simply a festival. It is a living expression of gratitude, remembrance, joy, and connection. So as we gather together this Obon season, young and old, families, friends, longtime members, first-time visitors, whether we are dancing in the circle, sitting and watching, enjoying the music, or reconnecting with friends and family, let us pause for a moment to feel the gratitude for the countless lives, causes, and conditions that have brought us together in joy today. In closing, let us put our hands together in Gassho and recite the Nembutsu. And trusting in the Buddha of all-inclusive wisdom and all-embracing compassion, we call Amida's honored name in gratitude, joy, and awareness. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandas, namandas, namandas. Mahalo.
Thank you for your Dharma message, Miss Linda Nagai.
I will now lead us in the unison reading of the Shinshu Pledge. Words can be found on the laminated handouts in the back of the pews and on the screen. Please recite the passage together with me. I take my refuge in the vow of the Buddha, reciting the name. I will live through life with strength and serenity. I revere the light of the Buddha. I will put my effort in my work with self-reflection and gratitude. I follow the teachings of the Buddha, discerning the right path. I will spread the true Dharma. I rejoice in the compassion of the Buddha. Respect and help others and do my best for the welfare of humankind. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo. Namo.
Thank you. We will now have the offertory presentation. Mahalo for your generosity, everyone. Please rise as we will conclude this service with the singing of the Gatha Nembutsu.
Namandaos, 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 namandaos.
You may be seated. This concludes today's service. Here are some announcements. Upcoming schedule of services and events.
Next Sunday, July 19th, a Obon family service will be held at 10 a.m. Guest speaker will be Reverend Satoshi Tomioka from Puna Hongwanji. If you would like to honor your departed loved ones at this service, you may fill out their names on the list that will be circulated during refreshments or submit their names to the temple office by Wednesday, July 15th by email or by phone call. Their names will be read out loud during the service.
Important. Kono Hongwanji Bon Dance and Craft Fair will be held at next Saturday, July 25th. Hatu Bon service will be held at 4 p.m. Attendance for this service is only by invitation only. Food and craft vendors will open at 5 p.m. and Bon Dance will start at 6. A large event like this requires a lot of help from many volunteers. Please refer to the July Jiho and Reverend Blaine's weekly email for a list of where help is needed. Your kukua in any way will be greatly appreciated. In preparation for this event, Bon Dance practices will be held on Mondays and Thursdays, July 13th through July 23rd. All practices will begin at 7:30 at the social hall. There will be no Sunday sermons on July 26th, so we can all recover from Bon Dance the night before. Also, volunteers are needed to help take down the Yagura starting at 9 a.m., so please lend your muscles to Kukua. Sunday, August 2nd, Obon service will be held at Holualoa Temple at 10 a.m. Guest speaker will be Reverend Dr. Aaron Shoken, Prophet of the University of Albany and the Albany Buddhist Sangha in New York. There will be no service here at the temple.
Sunday, August 9th, Hiroshima Remembrance Service will be held at 10 a.m., sponsored by the Hiroshima Kenjin Kai. Guest speaker will be Mitch Roth, former Hawaii County Mayor. Okonomiyaki will be served during refreshments.
Any other announcements, Miss Linda or anyone else? Those of you on Zoom may leave at any time. Those of you in person, refreshments will be served in the conference room. Thank you to Lily Oshiroda and Kareem Chung for providing today's refreshments. Thanks. And to anyone else who brought goodies to share. Mahalo to Auntie Betty for preparing the altar rice balls. Your attendance today is very much appreciated. Please stay safe, and we hope to see you at future services and especially the upcoming Bon Dance.
Before everybody leaves, I forgot, I thought Susan or someone would say, next Friday, we're making manju for the Bon Dance, so if anyone's not working, could you please come and help us at 8 o'clock in the morning?
And also KA Bon Dance. Joey, what time?
On Saturday and Tuesday, we want to help 7 o'clock.
I'm sorry?
We can do us help from 7 o'clock on Saturday
7
morning.
o'clock Saturday morning, if you're able to help the KA Sangha set up everything 7 o'clock. And the dance starts, service at 5.
Graveyard service at 5, the Atubon service at 6.
Yeah.
And
Dance following. Yeah, so that's this coming Saturday, the 18th, correct? Yeah. And also just a shout out, thank you to John Tsue and his crew for trimming the bushes around the temple yesterday, I believe, yeah. Thank you very much, everybody who helped. So let's go have refreshments.
Good job, Brennan.
Manju making? Oh, what did you? Oh, just a slight correction. Manju making is on the 24th.
Friday. It's on Friday.
Friday, the
Friday,
24th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so not next week, the week after.
Yeah, week after.
Yeah.
Is it
Okay.
not? Is the week after? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, the week after.